Abusia yi mo bibi akwa aba enfo mbra mega TV platform wi eso. Munim se ade ba akwa tese NDC aban e dia behim a mu eye hu adwuma pa big push na ndra kra no eye Kwame Abuza Gavins oni yewra John Dramani Mahama epa eye road bi ehun ntoma mo ahyase a mo beden omo eba beye na sa policy we enye oli akwan na mum eye infrastructure development eba no hospital eba na kwan eba na market eba no school adan any other related social amenities I bit me aboa magana gina na nan so kwati ase na we na Kwame Frimpong na Nas Frimpong Ziga edin sembi aba monten so na mempese mekasa bibi yanko ni nti nsema na Frimpong Ziga editu etwande yakoba yedina kai na ebeto so bedwafo nso wo ho NPP ebedwani ni NDC ebedwani atrase abubu mu yenti nseni bi yakoba ebeto so
it's a 20 billion Ghana cedis, right? But in dollars near say
that's 10
something billion dollars.
Yes, I'll check for you. Yes,
you see, sir, project we see.
Yes.
Makeke say ye babe ye projects. Ghana keke, but it also creates employment jobs for and for this big push and neighbor President Mahama say okay big push in 2020 elections and when your opportunity, you get me, omo ye artisans ebenya adwumaye, mason for benya adwumaye, carpenters benya adwumaye, painters, roofing sheet dealers, just named it. It is such a massive infrastructure development project. You be petit the whole Ghana. Kahuni say Ghana fonum bi benya adwumaye. The jobs will be created. The only thing that you be catch President Mahama and say, if you fail, let's say how am I hype this big push from 2020 or this year manifesto moi went me win election. Na this year what kind of ban so Ophelia or fairly NDC funina. The make what I say. Then you'll be giving the bragging right to their opponents. So we wish him all the best. But you see, only Honorable Isaac J. Mensah Kasano, Wasa West Member of Parliament. One Kasano, Wakasimbi, Naebe de Pa, was say, Yamfa Adrempane Akomapa, Enfantai Sa Project USSD. One can farmer National Democratic Congress from Kwa. One can farmer broadcasters, but Okadia Chile Ghana phone na. Say, we NDC ni, we NPP ni, we CPP ni, we PNC ni. Make sure so the Akomapa and Wodo ever tie the big push net because that's about Patemua. One other benefit is not your political party. Jamaican what I say. So we need to benefit from it as a Ghanaians. I like this man. You see, Parliament Okocha. Now it is turning you to become an statesman. This man is an experienced politician. Been to Parliament 3 times or so, as a 4 times. Experienced politician. Serving 4 committees. 4 committees in our Parliament. Road and transport, work and housing, economic and development, on and on and on. So, or Kasasa will be a well experience, I will statesman. Now, let me say this. I was there today. Some Ghanaians craving saying Kebeya ayenya a national agenda be a dialogue. Na yan form a bipartisan committee or commission comprised by your friend say a handful. So civil society organizations, a software, ubia meka who be religious bodies, ye na meka who be. Niyen kase, this country, yama declare agenda for this country, say han yeko. Ethiopia, the next 4 years, ye betwaba, that the committee will set up, say, bia, the newly created 6 regions, you will need public universities there. Why the bet me ayamaye? A kwabe na be faso obey no. Oba umba me yehwe. Ye be here 5 interchanges wa Ashanti region Kumasi. A kwabe na be faso obey no. Oh, ye be here we wa ha. Ye be here hospitals wa ha. A kwabe na be faso obey no. Sa kasa we say. Akoswa since President Kofo's time. Obi e ka bi. E dienti na nkofo ka because we cannot uphold the section the chapter 5 Article 34, clause 6 and 7 of our constitution that talks about the directive principles of the state policy. Say aban bi ba, ne say aban bi eye projector. Aban fofo ba, no aban be jai die guo, no ankasa ye ne de. De make na what say. On and on and on. And ama o minor boka. Your project be bra aban that there be. I'm not talking about NDC any whatever, but NDC ni NPP ni nano omo edi for wasade no ho say project bi si wona say ye ni enwie ya kyesa aban ya hwehwe bibia mawie den na aban foforo ba no push dia to ba bi no oye ne de ye best president Mahama say Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo e de ade bi ba fe na agenda 111 about 88 newly district and regional hospitals and na aban DC including the others ye best no so oduru ba bia some hospitals no nearly completion. A be a 70%, a be a 80%, a be a 50%. They should continue. Yes, they should continue. They should not bypass and I say, and you cause you push this baby near Cassia Koya Yadie. A bemo mana saboka because 88 hospitals there. I don't think say we need more hospitals than any Libya. The American watch I say road infrastructure. They have made us to understand say about 13,000 roads and yae. Baby ayaye bi wo ho no, emi ensan konko ye bi, emi enkonko tutu no. So how dey be tie? E dey na be fe. We are resetting this country. You are resetting our country we say. Oh, President Mahama on sama bio. On fanji ni din. One year to say the President Mills ye no. NY Highway. Yeah, and the President Kofo's started with the Millennium Challenge your friend say account corporation. And we started George Bush Highway. Yeah, no President Mills and a back at sort. What cut sort or Kofa President Kofo Betnaho, the boy. Was yes, President Kofo started it. It's minimum in a year, ne fenono, and sashi. But because of politics and bragging rights and the future elections in Tino, will be back or per se, with Jai will go, no, abayana jen when you're their cousin, more mind the boka. President Mahama ain't taking this advantage because if you read the document of the PDF of the big push now, I'm telling you, and yadi ketwa neba, and yadi ketwa a massive infrastructure development because it is what he started in the 2014. I know about 2016. KJTR project money, after the hospital, mon Nisewa, hospital, phase 2 airport, 70 now, and no about that was and ODB count. It's yadi ketwa eba. Your best Roman penny on way to uphold the directive principles of the state policy. You never born about so. Okay, it's okay.
What's okay? We can for the insurance, man.
Yeah, for big push in the
big push in the Henny and Klein if you're not feeling sick. I'm saying, yeah, it's you ever call a year or if you're Alexander Hall. Someone of the book big push in our brain, 13.9 billion. Would they shame waiting for 30 billion extra in 2026 to see us have a very correct system when it comes to development and infrastructure. In the next 5-6 minutes on Big Push, my uncle Nafi Yensi Galamsey issues in him.
Yo, my medical chair, a tearful.
How much also?
Me chair, Minima Ramsey, and the lead coming, eh?
Yes, the lead coming.
Nanaki.
I was there. And then me by late. I'm balling to me and I'm come on watching. You know the busy
which are when you say share check last week you have to be on share yeah danyamiasi say yenira ya wa won yeah to me yakoba but me ba no na me tie o when we testers no any obi can be I was expecting sanka who be correct no kakra or can say free SHS any you read it.
Yes. Also no free HS.
Free HS.
Yes,
let me say there are any horses here. The complaints now. Bano, for Adrian, who any the Ekika Huno, and really met me. I can say
it's still there.
His Excellency by
Wabefisi,
and Nunti or Monty, the day be ewo Huno. Then as you can say, Anke Beya, a bind be a bar. So I think so this is a promise His Excellency why that why catch Ghana for I say every project President Nana Akufo-Addo start here want to me and we know or no be making sure say obey we nyina ansa na waye foforo and say that promise ni there e wo ho and no na me pese Ghana for entiase na omo say enye say NDC are buying under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no yeah Babejai project be all the projects now no yeah because the last week crowd métier say or can share health minister say on modern now on sexy all the agenda 111 project now President Nana Akufo-Addo year no now omo hu kwan ombefa so the complete ninyana so it's in the pipeline enya dia ye rebefi bi na ye bejai bi debi because Ghana fosika ye start here we should not allow yesika no to go waste because jai etuwa it means yesika no dey call waste no and we don't want that to happen now meaning the big push no is an integral part of the 24-hour economy plus no. A idea mra ye promising Ghana for say ye ba ye the 24-hour economy beba no. Na ye council say the 24-hour economy no will thrive on infrastructure development. Say infrastructure no wo ho a enu na ema industries etumi epeja no mutumi ediyi ewo man no mo. And see, the focus no is to develop the road network, is to develop strategic infrastructures ebeboa na industry etumi atunka impon ewo man no mo. And see, the big push no is a well-planned program eba abeboa. Na the idea with the road sector no is to link all the 16 regions are here war my no mono. And noting that His Excellency Eddie we are seeing and say all the 16 regions no have to be linked. Yeah, the districts no will also be linked to these major roads here baby you know. Because we believe that say to me a year road network no ye na businesses to me ko baby say enkobiano ebeboa na my economy no etumi agina ne nice in 2015-2016 ye project na ye no is to identify in every district wo man no mo baby a omo de ewo any de to me a produce e de aboa economy no that report is there and no so na ye hwe e de niemedi bi so that at the end of the day no every district will be able to produce something na ebeboa o man no district ne bi wo ha omo wo plantain bibiri e wo ho ebimu e wo banchi ebimu wo other I think that and 2 or 3 days ago and I mean who video bi if I think Achim something Asante Achim yes of eco waste. You understand? This is what we are talking about say and say maybe the besi if we know say Asante Achim area hono omotumi produce tomatoes bebree wo ho. We don't need big factories. You small factories are even on the farm processing. Na machine kitwe bi pharmacy ni tomatoes no now are done into paste. Aggregator be call run now we are picking nyina. These are some of the petty things that we believe say road network no ebeboa na ma those things no akoye. And that is the main reason why His Excellency is starting this big push no. Big push no is not only limited to roads.
Yeah.
Wow. A wide infrastructure development. In some instance, we'll start building dams in some areas. With irrigation.
Okay.
In some areas, we are going to make sure, say, baby, warehouses, storage facilities, we are going to upgrade it. Okay. Now, the new one, so all these things, no, is going to help. And don't forget, say, council say we are coming to create industrial hubs across the country. About 2 million hectares of land the voter basin no eba abestati. All these things no infrastructure you per se again develop no is to help na ama Ghana economy no etumi agina yi.
Okay.
Na we share the focus no so in a way no is to shift the minds of Ghanaians. Na Ghana for yenya jidie ewo ye ankasa ye mu say niema ne bi wo ho a ye betumi aye. And we share the roads or the bano. Or see, you will make sure say the greater part of the roads no will go to Ghanaian owned construction firms. Yes. Sure. This is building local content as we move along. And the 24-hour economy one aspect which is cardinal and say most of the businesses now or Ghana for edia. And that is one thing economy no because the economy now it is Ghana for insane. And we want it to be reversed. Now say Ghana economy no the local participation should be over 60%. Na kakra na ebeka no enkoye foreigners. But say no is the other way around and we are determined say sa ade ye best san na amagana economy no etumi agina because the economy no the local participation no is more HSA sika bi ebebe mu no dodo no abeka omemu no but say other way around na sika bi ebeba no dodo no abefri omanu mako and we want to correct that one yet to me no na ye correct ya and no na beboa na ye sidi no esu anya wadi pa na ye can say oh see no anya wadi with him say we ade I betra ho afibo the focus is very clear and your name there no all we are asking is that the Ghanaians should have a little bit patience with us na ejuma pa ya start no ye de ye name say ye de be ko ewie pa na by the time ye de be ko ewie no na Ghana for no so ya sitren mo e de asesa.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I say Alexander Kwako, former parliamentary candidate, Botiano English, a man from the 10 and kind of the NDC. Dog, I mean, too. 8 minutes. Yes. Major also.
Honorable Oko Komni. The late
coming.
Nanake.
Yeah.
Eso sabachi.
Bedru so. On the more serious note, the traffic on the motorway is crazy.
Yeah. And I can say, Anka Skytrain, Anka Mutumi yeah. Sina mo promising ya. By this time no.
Park in the car, na nke ne. I want park crown ko 50.
As is anka me drive car station.
Can car never foot train no.
That
train be me via the family.
Na say
park na wa for train.
Park or station one.
Go park or station.
Train be me via the family.
There be go park or station.
I can 5 minutes now ko wa.
Na wa.
Our railway system we need to look at it again.
Until Nana Abai for no the big push now.
Catch your president say.
Me time or Jeff in
What about the way about?
The other kind of
me time or
you say me pass it. Me pass.
Nana, dog. Me time or remunu. Dog, catch you know what? Magic. I have to. Because I was saying me best 5 minutes.
Now you're saying myself 5 minutes. They said the movement will change was supposed to drop out.
Yes, sir.
Around Mahama.
Yes, sir.
Or the big push Abetuja Ama wa launching.
Yeah.
I believe, sir, Ghana, senior Ghana tier and then there were a lot of infrastructure needs. And for us to achieve our absolute economic development, we cannot do away with infrastructure. I know they are key. Into such an initiative, I believe, sir, yeni na no yemfa no crack any transparency infantile initiative no. And the government will also have to open its ears to listen to best advices and practices on how to mitigate risk. Because we've seen it in the past. And then they catch planting for food and jobs. Agenda 111. Right? We've seen a whole lot of promises. The Pualugu multi-purpose irrigational dam. Skytrain na yeka wasem no. And then no. Ankosiaga. So the NDC government would have to also tell us how they are going to do it. Yes, it is good theoretically that it's good that you pump about $10 billion. It's a huge chunk.
Very.
But you see, yamba down to the road sector. And then I mean, Kasano, a driver for Bebre complaining about your road infrastructure. A lot of cars are getting damaged because your roads no your portals no edosun. And then I mean Kasano, NPP for eja eka of about 67 billion cedis. As you see, no ewo abanwe ekon. I think said this year no they've released 4 billion to contractors already.
Yeah.
Now this year's budget no share the 2025 budget the funding going towards a big push is 13.9 billion cedis. Is it going to really make a difference? Taking into consideration the debt, you want. And we have always said, sir, the same business model we use, it's not working for us. The developed nations are. A lot of their roads are built by the private sector through a build, own, and operate system or a build, operate, and transfer system. And now Omodi road tolls atoso. And then within a period of, let's say, 20-30 years, as agreed by the government and the investor, then the country gets the road back and manages. Into the CCR, the NDC would have to tell us. I know that they have said that they will use proceeds from oil, and then cocoa and the rest to and royalties from our mineral resources to build these or finance this project. But I think that is not a sustainable way to go about it, because we have been using proceeds of oil and gold to do infrastructure development, and we've not seen any real time gains as far as infrastructure is concerned in this country. And then we are proposing that they reiterate their financing model and bring about what we call the infrastructure bonds created by the Bank of Ghana, so that private enterprises, private individuals who might even be seeking to keep their monies in treasury bills will now even turn that investment towards buying bonds, infrastructure bonds from the central bank, so that Kojo, we can be able to reduce our debt, because it's through multilateral deals and loans and grants. And then they finance your infrastructure. But the time has come as Ghanaians to take our destiny into our own hands. And we are calling on the Minister for Finance that he needs to work with the central bank to float in infrastructure bonds so that the private sector can go in there, float in their money, and then the government can then use these monies to support local entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So that they can borrow at concessional rates and then do a BOT.
Okay.
And then tow the roads for us.
Okay.
And no, ebema the burden, ebe platform. Another aspect is also with the diversification of our road transport system. And then 90% of your logistics and people-to-people movement Nina is done through the road transport system. Senator Honorable Okonkwo Kano, the railway network no. Hey, Ekuyokun, sorry, Ekuyokun. Ekuyokun, yo. Sir, yeah, railway network no. We would revamp it so that and then me person me call Tamale. I will get to Tamale within 3-4 hours. Me person me call Kumasi. Meda sorry within 1 hour na me Kumasi. We need to really diversify. The Volta Lake, but we've not tapped into it. And that is why we are proposing that the Volta Lake, as they have proposed the Volta Economic Corridor, as part of that initiative, they should make sure that they revamp the Volta Lake Transport Company so that if enough from Bupe and Makangua, Meba Accra, Metima Besi Volta region, Namafa Bas.
Okay.
And that will save me a lot of cost and it will save me a lot of time.
Okay.
And the transport of goods
from
the bread basket of our country, which is our farm plains, should be done through the Volta River.
Okay.
So that we can be able to reduce the food inflation in this country.
Okay. Right.
Now, to end on this note, I believe, sir, maintenance culture in this is a problem. There be infrastructure, but we fail to also provide certain proceeds for maintenance. It is quite serious in this country, and we need to ensure, sir, going forward, the government together with the local assembly, would have to introduce a new legislation to ensure, sir, our assemblies would have technical experts which will be supported by the government with some funds to be able to maintain infrastructure within their locality.
Okay.
So that they be able see projects for then within 5-10 years, Adani goes down.
Okay.
Which is here.
Okay.
And I believe, sir, if we're able to do that, we will be able to mitigate a lot of cost. So that Yanko Sifu and then that money we can use to continue other development in various regions.
Okay.
In line with chapter 6 of our constitution.
All right. Doctor, Meda Sibebre, Nanake, me and you on a big push in Afi Yambra second round with the Galamsey issue.
Well,
Yes, sir.
big push. Renaming the yard. Na
renaming of
enyame was say aban we buy no aka kwadwo danko besese odin. Now so why will be a big pool. Yes, renaming the omobom modern. Renaming na no mo kwa koye oboase ekofa atrenchem kese de ebre Ghana nyina. But no. Menyi ni se obi on mo Ghana ni a obeka say on pay development on which say o mine you develop your mind. And I keep saying this, President Mahama stand a chance of doing things and getting things right because on my for any contest be a beam. And he's not supposed to please any party member. What I say? And this one no bit me ahwe no atoto ne ne me ya me chidi yi say obet me I make good use for of this abenya wabemwin. Na yasere no say only focus on the government. Na wonyai social media for a wo chase wo modidi o machi because my na team no kodwi ye ho bi penyo susukuru a mampani ye di susu man na odi abedi president also want one penny mo bi en susu bi man ateni be de any mampani ekufo do kuruba. I don't support it. Politics of insult, me, I don't support it. I don't support politics of insult. But I think so some penny or tolerance kakra. na money be one or ignore because so reduce the whole president. Maybe please read the whole presidency to change social media activists, TikTokers. I don't think say my presidency, you're making good use of it. Man, pennies who are launching big push. Media, Mempai Bonne say any ye. Now I like the way you put two question. Is it possible? Is it not going to fail as the numerous promises are? Buying back, buying call, omo promise, omo intimi yet. I idea seeing in a home as Ghanaians. What am I say? A quite benny if I so be. The medical said, "Yeah, ya never hono kwa juya intimia resu ya." And then a chese kwa anyone a bit me resu ye. Yen Rosie, but we kitty baba bedem, near ye and not any man ho. Man Penny should start looking at state agencies, state-owned agencies, Ministry of Roads and Transport, Urban Road, Highway, Highway Authority, right? These guys are just there sitting in the office. Roads to do 182. Who supervise it? And I'm telling you videos in Japan. A Minister of State, I know. I know in charge of roads and highways. Yes, so I'm a contractor. Me a quine. A quine is short to 1 feet, 12 inches. Oh, Jane.
Yeah.
You're jailing no. 12 feet. I look like contractor and I say 12 feet in other zoo. But you're jailing because when supervise you money. One for 10 measure and 2 ones to sue. And I'm approve of me to contractor. How many times na contractors are just getting a human command? Supervisors still why you know more. And these are some of the reasons why I got so angry. Abra na you see what is the name of this thing? Banks, the banking sector reforms. Near reforming banking sector. Near Bank of Ghana normal lines are only the control these banks, You jane ho. Ya employ reform when they in charge of supervision, microfinances, savings and loans in this masia, or when the supervisor, ya ni ba credit. And these are the problems. Until see hold the people accountable of the officers are ya there so monsano. Kojo ye pa yen ko ya sky train na wo kano, ye underground train. Ye
Kojo also sky train no.
What I can some them by me can
sky train. Kojo now this sky train the buy.
Na me nya be.
Kojo feed them na me come say feed of them sir. Enti
yes.
Eye papa. Big push ye betimi ayama na yi a ye nyina ni beje. Akwan de ye nye ba ye sere mampani. De wo ho dada na portals abamu no. Ye mfele no first. Ya kwan ni nso to ba kwa de kwan ni nyina etutu. You ask yourself, say the kind of engineering work you kruma paro. Mampanizi who circle interchange or ye no. Mampanizi your mama time no ye. And then so to a circle, not circle in a flood. Interchange na sin in a flood. Because you be so ura some fee and a good boss you. Was engineering work and no more so man ya drainage. And it's funny. Yes, Romo may acquire a drainage beam.
Okay.
And that's a tradition.
What I say? There's no design, no. I said, then try ye. A be an hour. Me was a ya casa one of your Makako beam. Who free a VIP interchange in a Wusaniako or Bichabi runabout, no. Who was a crown over here in the first, no. Only a payment was as Sieno, and the man be requiring him. And to do a free coin so called branch area, Odomi, a cemetery. I just saw Baba to any main road now, son, walk on the pavement at Wakaka. Yeah, who did the most of Makocha pavement in every one. What just here? Design is better than a designer of my near my ye. As a Sabi, I almost supervising soon near me.
Okay.
Yes, Raman Penny. Yet you man, no say, the statement be a piabon to say contractors say you humor near you know. We are the number 4, but when you're monument to one farm mubia. Yensi the can say mampeni woma omonye ne namfo odi adwuma na mom no. They should do proper work.
Okay.
What am I saying?
Okay.
Now, doctor, you say cancer mampeni ekufu adoko eja 14 billion or so on road infrastructure.
67.5 billion.
Okay. Ubedia dance say there be no na kan. O kan 14 bi as yetu emu 4.
There be say the current way budget allocation to roads this year for the 2025 budget 13.9 billion.
Okay, if that's it.
And out of the 13, clarify.
What clarify here?
Oh no.
What per clarity?
Now me say multi figures ni me here na ye can dey. But what I'm trying to say is say e can na wo kan ho asem no. E kwan ni bi na adwuma ni bi ko gusu a e koso. Ah na enwie ye. Ni nyina kasa aka ya wo kan ho.
Nsawam.
E ka ho.
We 200 million.
E ka ho.
$200 million.
These are some of the things that was so annoying.
Because it's easy to identify the people.
Yes, you know the pakro here. We should stop this kind of propaganda. Now, they say, acquire no mampani, say a railway so can acquire no. And also, one of the key projects are buying near buying bako. The railway system are not from Ukraine to Kumasi. What you say? Yeah, see a bear, ya who kwasa sa ya nkate so dumpo ya mfa contract ni mpo ama. Ye Accra to Kumasi ananka elenke Buankra inland port. Na emfa me Buankra sem no me pese meko. Oni me dia me pese meko because me kai bia na sem abufu. Mampani ku for start project no free abem. NDC be try 8 years. Wan fa pikas a mofom. Mampani ku for the first 4 years yanko ho. Ebeka that was
Ameyan Kufi and Prof.
Ebeka some 1 year or 2 years am ye free abem ne sako kate sword. Ti the year na nduru ba bia na ye free abem. But I deal me feel sense and ba abem no ye making a priority and then ke wie. Yes, Mampani wa bay on fa na ni hwe ho.
Okay.
Kumasi Crow from market President Kufo started here see do baby ye just so say wa bay project ahodo ye jesi won nyino be dia. E your mind is can ye dia ye those projects no.
Okay.
Mon kona mon go complete mine na mo hagana.
All right. Nana, better say, Doctor, maybe so I'll start with you 10 minutes on the Galamsey and then media encounter, no, and then the state of emergency. No, but I mean, can't just say win big, win large on Kesman FM. Na the mega cash lucky box, you know, and once I make catch no dial star 42 star, no dial star 426 star 6 hash. Star 426 star 6 hash on all networks now. In this agree our Kesman Drive talks on our face so a Kesman traffic jam. You better turn your traffic into a cash amount power and you know keka home na train your friend is saying Fox DJ Fox on Kesman Drive and I feel so a Captain Bio or a Kesman traffic jam at 7 to 10 p.m. Na only more ending common na yen straight na yen kofi yen tie nyompa na face yen sika engwe kotokum ni en totofi en kofi en command kwada no star 426 star 6 hash na tagro no yen na yen dibi na sika bebre woman obia ebedi giving am so up to 500,000 Ghana cedis en ho adwuma en America chose sianom che pam sa men kan cho sentare no oguso epempam de shemi che pam en pam ye enti no sa wo pebi na bibia tumi akoyi ama in terms of wedding church and afeso sorry funeral as any occasion bia dia na eye che pam hwasem en America che we enti no che pam sa men kan cho say ono ne the best tailor what the country has this year no can say the best of the best tailors ohwehwe padia eye che pam hwasem en America cho no owo eye awoshi market honom en na owo ohwehwe na friend was 020-683-93 7738 020-683-7738 now only chepam ND and come betimi aba ofie etimi aba wo shop baby opesa oba bia no friend na obeba na obeba gentare no anaso besusu na style bia opebia no obetimi apam ne nyina ama eye chepam or say your custom tailoring on one sem and I know ADCC ano so and I make a choice say we here a collateral na odi aye juma pa dia esafata say woni eye Eclipse collateral management for ekodi enkomo no betumi abo pa collateral there na bebre na here to be enable them no mama business akọ animu no makoje eye sika kakra no mo da say juma no mu na collateral pe no ehwan edin ye pa bem Eclipse collateral management say men kan choice bra na oni omo endi enkomo Saso na se men kan cho se wa wo japade da hono property nkrata e genu da hono ma wotifia ofo sese bi untimi fanya hwe na eda eya adaka mu no se fabra na de be ya adwuma na wanya kakra eso atafre into be transform eya wo property no ama eye sika o de be ya adwuma ma bibie tumi akoyi wo nkrata no enya de be lusu Eclipse collateral management ho asem na me no e kan sisi ano enti se wo temi nka na wo pe collateral na wo japade bi da ho na se wo de koyi adwuma na onya kakra didi a yenko Eclipse collateral for ho e wo adenta omo eye omo Bemedi Moses Hospital honom na wonsa ebe com and also say West African SHS wo no honom na wonsa ebe com e wo honom 054-383-2466 054-383-2466 na oni omo ND enkomo na bibia betumi akoyie amadok mame no ndi enkomo. You've heard a lot about the state of emergency declaration by the president. Kale bishops can be CSOs can be this question was asked by my good self or media encounter no whether he's going to do it or say it's the last resort and back and forth and all that. 10 minutes your own on the Galamsey issue, state of emergency.
Quick one, Sana Dog. Yenna Abino take certain decision. Me feel say Kasa no. Oma reacted to it concerning Nkrofo yi o madi bebrebe.
Yes.
Omo take you over see you be the way fa we do fa ye wo mo e form aduma 2019 kure bi edi. But Abino say watena se ehunu say sebe kasa na nyi didi kwa ne ye into what committee nra
yes
say wo mo nkonko hwe obi ayi na di bia obi a follow due process e dey fa na adwuma mu no ye nre state mu nyina back some of these things so yeah ye ba ye bebo abaso na ye expecting so say ye be reinstate binom na ye hunu omo ye sa de a ye bebo mo abaso afi de mo dwene Ghana for dog afi floor de
10 minutes odi ana afi
obi obe ka kire so mo ye reinstate bi ya wo mo
Obian can hear.
Oh, be better. One more.
Look, 10 minutes. Oh, they are solid. Obian Bembi.
Obian Mahobi.
10 minutes.
Yes,
sir.
Well, I find out what I
yes, sir.
I'm saying who asem no. Ababa ya asema ehun hia say Yetumpon as on mine, you need to take certain serious steps. I have said in the past, and I'll continue to say, sir, Galamsey Kono, and ye NPP kun, and ye NDC kun, and ye movement for change kun, and ye CPP kun. It is a Ghanaian fight. It is a fight for the future of the people, future of our unborn children, and the future of our security. Economic security, and indeed our social security. Nana, President Mahama encounter no with the media no. Mama bona baso. Cause it's been a while say you who say Mampenyi etime engage media. Sir. It's been a while. Post 2020 election, we didn't see that media encounter by the presidency under the SY regime. And reasons known best to them because they know that under their tenure, the fundamentals were weak. And definitely the media will expose them. That is why they were dodging the media encounters. But Maminka said, we members of Movement for Change, we disagree with the president on the reasons he gave why he should not declare a state of emergency. Number one, scientists and the various CSOs ababonti abekache and say and now ameno okasano 60% of Ghana's water bodies are all polluted and that mercury, heavy metals, especially mercury, will take about 1,000 years before a bit more naturally. And yes, sir, we have to spend more money by the Ghana Water Company to treat these it is a critical issue. Me dream say Oman should declare a state of emergency within these zones at Galamsey Ekoso. The fight against Galamsey no dear since Adam. It has been part of us. Before Ghana even entered into a republican country and adopted a constitution, nananum enesum yesum. Nananum no tam no na Galamsey wo, but na ensio no nsesa. What you say? Because there was some form of respect for nature. Because now as a busumation and then we don't see that practice because we've taken all the powers from the chief. That is why we are saying, sir, we should amend Article 2576 of the 1992 Constitution to ensure, say, traditional authorities become co-trustees of our mineral resources in this country, and not only the president. Because we've seen, say, they don't care about what is happening. But if they are co-trustees, now munim say, or more interest woman, Obibe signing contract and would involve them, they would take certain pragmatic steps. And let me use this platform to commend the Asante Hene or 2472 the second for his steadfast approach when it comes to the fight against Galamsey. And then Nana Domahini recently with me who said oko enremunu eko chichi Galamsey is bebre. The issue against Galamsey fundamentally my main country Nana is to do with unemployment in this country. We have seen say economy we have not really created a lot of economic opportunities for our young people. And we are still doing the same wrong things over and over again. And then Amino Kasano, Aman Hudro Bebreno are moving to the fourth industrial revolution. Ghana, what industrial revolution have we practiced? First one, Aboye. Second one, Aboye. Third one, Aboye. Fourth one, Aboye. We have to reorient the script and the plan. And that is why, if you look at the proposals of the Great Transformational Plan, there are certain sectors, Midal Jun who say, if the government is able to put their mouth where their money is, ebetimi are creating a lot of employment opportunities for our youth. The previous government talked about planting for food and jobs, but they planted more billboards for campaign than even trees for food. And now Amino Kasano, the Galamsey prone areas is affecting agriculture. Cocoa output has declined by 50%. And we are hoping that the new agri minister, Honorable Eric Opoku, would look at other cash crops and have a national export strategy so that Yebehu Aman Hudrobi and their demands. Like, for example, the Middle East. The Middle East is a big market because they don't have arable land. So Yebetimia invest in agriculture to attract the 1.1 million youth that are engaging in Galamsey. It would support their livelihoods. And then Ghana can be able to rake in a lot of foreign reserves. For example, one example. The oil palm industry. And then Amino Kasano, Malaysia is one of the largest producers of vegetable oils, oil palms. We are seeing now. And Malaysia earns not less than 20 to 30 billion dollars each year from these exports. If we are able to introduce such investments through our new agricultural revolution to tackle these arable lands Amudia Galamsey, it would go a long way to be able to attract these youth in agric. Umbefisa Galamsey sites no, it will be a new livelihood anchor for them so that they can be able to make a living. Because Galamsey Asema Kano, 1.1 million people are indulging in Galamsey. Out of that 1.1 million, 4.1 million are being supported by Galamsey. So you have an economy of 5.5 million Ghanaians or indulging in Galamsey plus. So these fights cannot be fought within 8 months or 4 years. Right. But we need to tackle the fundamental issues and create different avenues for employment. We need to invest heavily in industrialization. And I do not like the idea, say, NDC for attract 1D1F FU.
Okay.
The one district, one factory on principle was the best industrial transformation for our country, taking into consideration our localities and the various districts.
Right.
But and I believe that they have to go back to look at the 1D1F. I believe that there was some bottlenecks with implementation, and I don't blame Honorable Alan Kojo Tramante. I blame the former finance minister.
Okay.
Because if you prioritize NAPCO than 1D1F, NAPCO no, and so far so at the bread or mine.
Okay.
NAPCO no, you spent over 2 billion cedis, but 1D1F time Honorable Alan Kojo Tramante war office no, you gave him less than 400 million cedis for the implementation of that project. Now you tell me you want to support long-term jobs for the people, and you give me 400 million than the 2 billion that you gave to NAPCO that was used and as a mekano omodi omoka.
Okay, all right. You can see, but as a pa, Dr. Ramsey, my memory ho nana ke na free meno and tree on the galamsey na men ko ekoko.
Kojo?
Yes sir.
But as na ebani galamsey ho sensema yenumbi. Our stands are clear, and we continue to fight until say omayano. Kojo eba bedum pempen so yin na beja tum za fide Ghana ye dru baby a yin na ya bedum pempen so afide galamsey ho se yetimi akon na yewini ekon no. Me na woka say emi kro masante achimdua so kojo nim ho.
Yeah, I understand say no so.
Yes, say NDC 8 months in government. I issue lines is a man for so mumre so mere prospecting. Free see Gold Coast buy, Ghana buy, independent buy. Ye nye mining uja so da. 8 months in government. Lines is kuta ubi. Edi abaho so oba be prospecting. E uja so. Prospecting no so kwa kojo so oba be wo fumu pa nkenye ngongon. Dwa so kromo. Do kudim dwa so. Wo free ha wo kokumase no. Utra asankai bari ana, utra asankai kru na. Obeko kru kitu abi hye wa twede. No adru dwa so junction, biggest junction omoto aburu ne niam wo ho no. From there ansa no akokɔ no. Yeah. Na odru junction ho no ma, district assembly ne we ni nyina agu nsa right say be pod so. E na kru ni go left. The old dwa so town no, e wo right. And another district assembly no way anymore. Court ni nyina wo be pod so say. Na kru ni go akire. But omo ye railway system no. And because of distance, until you move Kroni back close to the railway, and you're back quite this side. But still, like Old Town, be a man for the society. Old Town, you know, Mokaku Galamsey.
Omkotu a year minor because I am
licenses, no
Galamsey lines.
You are so crooning and qualifies a very large scale mining.
Okay.
It's a small scale.
Okay.
In other words, Galamsey.
Let
me come. You get to understand me. You get to understand why I'm saying this.
Okay.
Say, me no me enu nyina te krum ha. Omo ekuta say unkuta lines omo ye mining no. About 95% of them prospecting lines is nikuta omo. About 95. Omo challenge me say me boa. Prospecting. Was me hwehwe me nyanhu bi. No otuga no ye galamsey. So the money change from small scale mining na be galamsey nie. Prospecting lines say the amano na one prospecting no the galamsey. And the same prospecting no de buy. Now I salute the youth of Jaso. Mabunu ne sorry so mo mpere mane nkoso okurum ho. Na besine yente wo mo nka biem. Yenum bi ye de ahode e wo nyina be support that fight no. You see, mabunu wo enkura hodo ni nkuro akase mu say ene yesi efre bibi unim red. Nipa no gina ho aso wadaw so wote ho so konkon ho. Ne nyina because of enuma eni huntia. Na ya ma nipa a group of people be nipa kakra bi o Galamsey any mind nipa kakra bi na ye and they destroy lives. And the man penny 8 months in government. Licenses my issue licenses where they maybe the many who na make count. My issue licenses no more issue just July ya. And the diamo bi so omra dwa so no me mining. Na ye kan ya sa ka biem. On pekro mo fa sojafo e wo Ghana nyina me guda so anya age so mo shikuru no koye mpene ma enkoso ne enkoso chena na mampanisi won't be fight Galamsey no. These are some of the reasons. And you see NDC amana ba be bibi say ensema ye kan in opposition no ye ba ban mu no yenso ye ka the same thing na say aban ba ko ne ya na enye no afei na mampani ehunu say kwadwo mining enipa over 1.5 million depending on mining afei na mampani ehunu statistics we pie enye no what you say and that statistics na NDC gina so e the campaign say miami ni akwaku buahin say so munya te say mampani mahama awi ni election say cream obi anfa ne nema no mra aside no meye adwuma and a president koka bi to so share mu kina say wo bi mampani akufo ado ache no on mining related issues ho no wo ba obeja no enye no kre and this in sama mo kan ye no and na say miners ni kutupa amen ne ba bi a yenye mining da nyino mo ya mining kwado mi nchire wachiri ahayai isi region say nim say galamsey headquarters udru ayi as onu asamatan for yi ufiri anu ma wo kwa nyina mu no ufiri asamatan for ya na wo kwa nyina mu ba bi a ba man kwan fufuo ni sha left ho no onim say ne ba man kwan fufuo na wa benase na benase nyina watu galamsey ho
oh
I tell you abene wo koto aduane wo hono ma je so obetra o ma pata na o ma bo kwan wan mu no wadidi first the way na city out ya benase from e fa ho na udidie me say na be no ma tu abene fangu fam e wo main road ni so e tu galamsey I mean what is this ya nya careful e kwan na ye nam so na nkasa ne nam so na da ko adwire gu sesim me ya mi kro mu kono ngo ko he do ma ye kono mu kro no se wo hu a wo wura kono mu kro mu no na ayibepo abotan bi wo asori bi kura si botan ne so wo ho e na otra asori dan ne kwan no atua ma bedu kwan na se a wo ye list e ho de jirigu ma ye ni kwan ni bi because of nipa kakra bi Ghana population here 32 million even if 1.5 they depend on galamsey yeah yaka about 30.5 million you no so 1.5 no
that's 5.5
was it
5.5 the omoya galamsey about 1.1 the omo depending on the omoya galamsey about 4.
So even if it's 20%,
so it's like almost 5 million,
let's say 5 million
people
and no cry
5 million even 5 million from 32 million now approximately 20% impo what you say enti aba ne say niema saa ketua bi no the minority no and destroy the majority no kodo adie na dia ba bedru ba bia ya bedru because ye nyina ye hu me under my own government open nipa ba ko wa criticize galamsey hu sensema me ka hu bi minim say bia no bi nukuranti na grofo bi kura mfim no but I don't care because on mine no o se agisi ho o se agiga na man esi ho some people na wa ban mu send this na wa ban mu say movement for change or they late movement for change for and wa ban mu kwadwe we must fight this fight.
Sure, I agree with you.
I was see two galamsey na say
I agree with you
because send man penny be gina
kwadwe coming movement for change
late coming
kwadwe send man penny be catch here say enipa 1.5 million depending on galamsey that is where they get their daily bread enti enadia obetimi aputu your friends say I declare state of emergency here I will not be surprised to china mampani be catch here say statistics about bonten amro be say what Ghana so ko 2 million enti almost want to mention wo does it mean say enipa ne dorso enti the wrong becomes right because of the number of population na that is the question we are asking the president. Is the president telling us say the number of people who depend on galamsey ni dorso and it makes the galamsey right? And here enya me ngonga so china kwadwo what told them man obi ababeka to say yes we depend on armed robbery no ye dorso ti mampani hwe no nya yenso ne nya adwuma. Yes re akokotobo we wasem wuntimi nka ne ye e party mu asem wuntimi nka ne ye o man be 2 minutes baby because what better obenya problem ye nya hu problem and fane nto asem ma men kama no
na say nana to be fair Mua Brian so you couldn't fight this thing so you should be the last to even
I don't think you are too abeti aye no
and I make us say
Ghanaians voted against us
should be the last Professor
Ghanaians voted against us because
Professor Pimpon Boati, baby, I will be an mission. Professor Pimpon Boati, the baby, I will be an mission. Museti committee.
May the evidence
excavators. Sanja excavators at home. So you should be in the last people to do that. Jessica, don't you mean in a more campaign about me?
Because I want to mean in a while, we move from what I say. And never for the president. So if he want to me a bonnie, I know.
Okay. All right.
So if he's NPP, he be to Galamsey, you know.
Alex, my interview.
We get that propaganda, no.
My legs.
Me say we need to say we want to mean carry.
And
to appointment to.
And it's about 3 minutes.
And for when you go so.
I get 3 minutes for anyway.
Me say we know about. Where the crew already, the man sound maintain you send them slow.
So with the propaganda.
How much people are so how much people are saying declare state of emergency and they were then you are minister in charge of lands and natural resources. Man can be no problem.
The woman on Galamsey issue no.
Yeah, LI 246.
And ya jiatum say embwa or mine na Galamsey issue no.
Yes.
It's very deep. Like I say, you're 2 years ago in trying to solve it. No. Now, there are a woman. There, a woman. Oh, meanwhile, there were you know. We, my catcher, we, yeah, may ye campaign be the Atiawa. Yo. Eti, the woman, you know, His Excellency about Bonti.
Yeah.
It's not that he's not fighting. He's fighting it. Oba, you know, the Blue Water Guard, or the Baye, is part of the solutions now. Now, baby, okay, assembly crapo. Wasa asisubium say, you know, the small scale miners, no, or kwako mo intitia ebebua omo in their work, no, or see all the omubeko Australia. No more how to do responsible mining. And do the Ghana phone you what I say? Is it so at times no so be a kasa mama yen tie dia all cano na aba a woman na yen fa eno because niama all cano say oh there are a lot of avenues at the manu of really say the previous administration no omo and to me and utilize it all enti ono die obepese obe utilize those avenues no in the fight against Galamsey no so yeah na e bi ohun say no eno so enko here then the state of emergency will become the last resort and I think we should give the president the benefit of the doubt so what about abe cancer may know the other measures e dey atu then we should give him the benefit of the doubt say oh it means well for the state. Eti yeah, yes, I understand. Shall we share Galamsey the effect on the environment? No, definitely no. All of us are worried. You understand me? I am worried, and I believe that any well-meaning Ghanaian should be worried. But so or see or no, not Tiakunyano. So see there are other. Any other avenues for her, he believes that by applying them, he will be able to get the results. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, known to me, yeah, those things, no. Okay. But I would have wished, maybe I'm limited, no. I would have wished, say, and can over pinpointing 1 or 2 areas, he believes strongly, say, those laws were not applied. No, so that Ghanaians will be very clear in their mind. Say, way, yes, but I'm fine yet. The fight, no, but this time, no, His Excellency Eddie Samra no be juma. I'm sure, say so. My those kind of assurances, no. Ebema Bibri, and who say, and yes, say is reluctant in the fight against Galamsey. Okay, but or per se on exhausted. To be honest with you, Galamsey, yeah, Friday, yeah, state of emergency. I was one of the key people. I'm calling for it. And even I have called for it several times. Say, yeah, oh, I've said it. ABR, America, The American, no, that is what I'm saying. But I'm saying, say, we also need to give the president the benefit of the doubt. Because on no, so they be, issues maybe laws maybe say won't apply. You couldn't apply. You understand? But obey apply. Okay. Na make us say let's give him the benefit. Now or can be you see at times no let's be very careful that we are politics no. Excellency, I can say since Oba Abaimo he has never issued any new license to anybody. And that one I believe in.
That's not true.
He has not issued any new license. Maybe I will canon. Now yeah, we need
to investigate that.
Yes, that one the investigation is even on.
Okay, so
yes,
okay.
Because that's what I'm saying.
Because the guy went there with the license.
Yes, the
that this thing with you or really be about I refute to some number because already
no. Before is not lying on that. The Oka no quarry now buying as not issue any license. Just see Missy is under investigation. I don't want to preempt everything. Okay. But very soon the report no be abonti na mbe hu be bia every year
na can in the youth to know say whatever investigations you want to do, the point is that the person brought a license.
Issues a license. Nipa no see. Nipa no starting the processes no long ago. NPP the way no adru no. He has no option than to sign. That's and Bruna Mitchell will say it is not the administration.
We on a serious note, we are proposing, sir, there should be a halt for 1 year on small scale mining. Okay. Vis-a-vis galamsey.
All right.
When there's a halt, you know, say, where we are galamsey for, where we are license for. Because we are saying that all licensed small scale miners should not mine for 1 year.
All right.
Under this 1 year, we can then liaise with the Center for Scientific and Industrial Research or more Water Research Institute and then forestry.
Anyway, Intisana and some is a fire. Now, what ye Nana Frimpon Ziga ye pa. Debi America NPP Communicators no NPP muka ne say journalist otu omunka na wacho munka sometimes utu omu a na wahu sampa these people are speaking out of pains. NPP NDC aban ba enyanche yo adofo moma yen wish you well na enjoy hate speech NDC aban nyanche afi no monya 9 months pe moma yen wish you well, let's wish them good na enjoy say nya akonya tena platform so aden am your man hina santi aden am your obi aden am your kwam ziga ntimi kasa bia meka bia no ase obi aforce me se menka. You see, and some ziga kind no say I say ye mo modia na ye dia and they have the bragging right to talk. You see, sometimes you say build your mind. Uti actually bom paisi be a bessay the wenya akwenya no akasa. A bass a bed then mine couldn't. Sana man hina santi obinum na ate akira mo hwese the galamsey fight issue no anti saban intimi solve no mu benya ho e dia ye propaganda ayana sometimes ojo ha wonti ase ti da bio so man ni feli kura na omo mu di animu no omno mu ni problem but ya ye wo akiri ya ye wo akiri no ena debiano ekaye because omo biti se akufo adu se onu kofi onsre na edida akufo adu before and after so me president no now ye den no udidi he was doing well, he is doing well, and he is now doing well. What I say? Samson John Dramani Muhammad before and after so nyam me di Ghana so no na oye ni bibia pepe a onye sika ye bibia but omi the same thing enti no so omo ebedi so a ye na wose ye ma ye ni bre de bom pan ne put from their tools say be your bedding ye adwuma ni ye na a benefit suku adan omusi ewo mpatam a ebeboa wo madaachi hospital ebeboa wo akwan ebeboa wo akwan kura no omo fa so omo di V8 car kese a ye car papa but me no ene yi su sebi trotro ene car bia enhye den gina nan so as our transportation means of transport enti se ye di oman bi sebi oman bi e sha se develop na mpanyimfo bi di enimu na se oni omo nya adwen kwa na for the sake of dachi for the sake of madachi for the sake of mining tin o ye journalist ka se mpapa fatu aban ni so na jai hate speech hypocrite speech adebia motra radio so ne TV so aya amka no ma monitor based Kumasi based radio station and some Accra based radio station be you can attest to the fact that these people are what related to NPP and the Nkombinya NDC amba. Masa, let's put our political affiliation aside and think about Ghana first. Said the NPP di oh my Ghana it is ana na fair na efe na ye ofese NPP e di oman na show butom no wubu oman no right from their homes instead of we Ghanaians to express our views no na omo na nkasa tena se kwhye kokom ni paku kitwa bi na omo determine na omo dictate na omo di amai sana na mo pa na ene can't you see leadership ene wu hu yewra dwo mahama ho brase odi kasa how see ene niema Ghana for ye kan sem oti ene asopa odi etie asem okuruma ne mu hu bia na uma inja hypocrite na ne mbom pa ye mfama Ghana daachi because of mine ye ya eyi maya ye maye nana no omo no de omo abobra de ato omo busuafo ho enti no sisi amene okase akwa no bebre busuafo hwan na hu ba omi abada bibisa o ba omi de ba hwan na hu bi hwan na hu ba omi abada big question hu ba omi abada ba omi de ba hwan na hu ni da enti no moma ye mom pae mfa ma o ma empanfo no so panyin bi abedi o mani ni ma moma ye mom pae mom na mo ntimi nye den engine mo nan so na mo enso mo man no na emboa ya nkasa timabufo biti se wo kwa meziga o man hina sante because si o man hina sante nya me mfa sa ama na se ya de bi boa ebia na unya private jet nti ye do be ko Kumasi G say amanyoni na nye Kumasi G amasa kwa me nkonoma konfa nochi jiga uti with the same thing okono wanyini ya amasa wanya amenities se we enjoy ya oho be kire but amanyoni no sesi ha yare a private jet pa omudi ne ko masa mama ye ndwinye daachi na yinjai sa tribal politics anya me party ne woso enti me ka se na meka achia no emfa yin kosi bebia o kira wadwon conversation makra bye bye.